After a lot of topsy-turvy action and a few surprises, what was 8 is now down to 2. So let's talk about it. I'm Joe Renton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 33 Night 13 event, the A Block wrap-up. The A Block is down to 2, Sonata and Hikuleo. Didn't really think that the second one was going to be in the quarterfinals, but here we go. You know, Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton were on commentary. They tried to explain how the tournament, the quarterfinalists are going to be paired up with who, and it was very convoluted and weird. So I'm just going to talk about the point totals. And yeah, I know I said that I would do this Human Centipede together with the one on, with night 14, the B block wrap up, but I watched this at work because honestly I was bored and I'm on the latter half of a back-to-back. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch some New Japan action. And honestly, this kept me going through the rest of my shift because there were 2 really good matches, and then there was the rest. So Osaka, hot crowd, really vocal, really appreciated. The Great Okan and Jeff Cobb against Taichi and Doki. I'm guessing we're getting Okan versus Taichi for the KOPW Championship. The not even Wintergreen, it's like Peppermint Championship. Chops and strikes, and match is fine. Was what it was. There was a big old F5000 toss. I don't know why they call it that, because he doesn't go 5,000 feet in the air, which would be very dangerous for him to fall. And then the choke wins it. So Doki takes the fall. That's not really surprising. And then Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo against Finlay, Kenta, and Gato. Why is Yo wearing jean shorts? What has happened? What has happened to Yo? What is going on? Somebody explain to me. I don't have a clue. More Bullet Club bullshit. So I just basically am going to say that a kick pinned Gato, and then afterwards Yoshihashi went after Finlay, and Kenta did some stuff, and more Bullet Club bullshit. Hooray! So then we get Naito and Shingo and Bushi against Evil, Yujiro, and Sho. Oh, hell no, I am not watching any House of Torture stuff. Are you out of your goddamn mind? This match went for a while. The crowd was up for LIJ, though. Bushi got pinned. I know the point is to make Evil more hated. It just makes it where I just want to skip fast forward because I don't want to see this stuff. It's just the same thing. ELP and Makabe against Ospreay and Hanare. Good for what it was. It was nice that ELP and Ospreay having a series of matches. Wouldn't mind seeing ELP and Hanare having a series of matches. Wouldn't mind seeing that either. Makabe was also there. Streets of Rage ended up pinning him. And there we are for that. So Guerrillas of Destiny and Tenzan, who has been wrestling so long that he wrestled on the Starrcade 1995 card. Coming up on the 28-year anniversary of that. So they took on Okada, Tanahashi, and Tomohiro Ishii. And hands up if you forgot not only that they were the Never Openweight 6-Man champions, but hands up if you forgot the Never Openweight 6-Man championships even existed. It was the best of the undercard. It wasn't great, but it moved at a decent pace, despite the fact Tanahashi can't really move much at all. Bless the ace. All hail the ace. Crowd was into it. They all ganged up on Tenzan to a series of boos, and then High Fly Flow 1, 2, 3. And Tenzan got booed the beating of Tenzan, got booed a lot. That was a little bit surprising. But that's it for the undercard. Now let's get to Yota Tsuji against Gabriel Kidd. A jumpstart by Gabriel Kidd. Color me shocked. Color me shocked. Don't color me shocked. Gabriel Kidd, I have ascertained, is a fucking idiot that really may be a great athlete, but just looks like he has brain parasites in his head. Doesn't look like he has a lot going on upstairs. So, Yota tried to make this work. But the way they did this whole jumpstart thing is somebody else it was a fake Yota Tsuji that got jumpstarted, and then Yota Tsuji just came down to ringside and cue the Spider-Man meme, and Gabe being a little bit of a potty mouth on the goddamn mic. Don't know why I said it with that accent. So, the volley, repeated strokes of the head angered people. We got a little bit of good offense, and maybe if Gabriel Kidd didn't do the same stuff every match, I'd be alright with it. Spear, 1, 2, 3. Yota finishes with 7. Gabriel ends with 5. That draw coming back to bite Yota in the ass. I think it was one draw. And then Ren Narita and Kaito Kiyomiya. Sorry if I screwed that up. Kaito. I was a little bit surprised by this. Not that I didn't think that it would be good. I didn't think it would be as good as it ended up being. Kaito can work, and he has sort of won me over. I'm not familiar with Noah, at least, outside of a few people. So I can see why people like him. He targeted the knee, did a figure four spot. Narita kept coming back, trying to go for the choke, go for the Cobra Twist. They each went for their respective moves. There was a lot of good stuff. Good back and forth. A Tiger suplex for a 2 count. Big old, big old roar from the crowd when Narita, out of nowhere, Cinderella story, hits that bridge suplex, that high gable grip. 1, 2, 3, big pop. Good shit. That friggin' bridge suplex that he does is just incredible. That's one of the best finishers going, because he just hits it out of nowhere. Does it? It's just so impactful. It looks so simple, but it's so difficult to pull off. And Narita's just that talented. And Kaito had a good tournament. Both ended up with 6 points each. So it was fine. I would hope that Kaito would be back in next year's G1 if they want him to be. I forget what does Noah call their tournament? Is it the N1? That actually would make a whole lot of sense, in all honesty. But yeah, they finished with 6 points each, and then Sonata takes on Chase. Why is Chase this close to the main event? A better question, why is Chase Owens allowed anywhere against actual talent? Because he can work, but he's boring, and I don't want to see him. Now, Sonata's arm was wrapped. That had me a little bit worried, and Chase did some stuff because, again, he can work in the ring, and that's really all he can do. And then the dead fall, 1, 2, 3. Chase ends with 4 points, and Sonata ends up with 14. And Shota Umino against Hikuleo. Maybe I might have to start eating some crow about Hikuleo, because he's starting to get it a little bit about working like a big man. He's never going to be somebody that can go for long distances unless you really protect him and you have him with the right guy. He could do probably with Okada, because Okada can work with just about anybody. I don't really think he can do it with Tanahashi. He might be able to do it with Sonata. The whole point is you can get something out of Hikuleo here. Speed versus size. Shota had to stick and move. Did hit a slam at one point on Hikuleo to a pop. But a big suplex, like, Hikuleo almost throwing him. I mean, he was safe, but it's just because of how high he got him. And I saw Hikuleo live at the New Japan Strong tapings in historic Washington Hall. I always have to do that because that building really looks a lot better on TV than it does when you're in it. But nevertheless, he was there as part of the New Japan Strong tapings back when they did those tapings January of last year. He is every bit of 6'9" that they say. He is a beast. He is a tall man. So the STF by Shota, DDT over the ropes, and then Hikuleo working like a giant. Got, there was a nice German spot, a super power bomb for a 2 count. That surprised me. Superplex by Shota, 1, 2, kick out. And under 5 minutes left, we get a sunset flip pin for 2. And we get weird reversals. I don't know what Shota was trying to go for. Hikuleo tries to pin him. Snap slam, 3 minutes left. And eventually gets the choke slam, that big old choke slam. 1, 2, 3, big pop. I was surprised. I would have thought Shota might have been facing Sonata, but you know what? You want to have Hikuleo in there? Well, then again, I realized that the quarterfinalists were not going to face each other, which I think probably would have been a better way to go about it, but nevertheless. Show respect. Hikuleo with 8 points, Shota with 6. So Hikuleo ends up in the positive, and I believe his first G1, if I recall correctly. So there we go. Next review will probably be up sometime tomorrow afternoon, just because it depends on when I get to it. Got a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow. So yeah, G1 is almost complete. We're almost done climaxing. That explains why I'm so tired. Agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.